Like I said in my previous video, I was talking to GTF2. They're still on the line. I can't tell you every little detail that we talked about, but I talked to them about my family, a lot. I talked to them about my kids and Jub Jub, and we did agree that wherever my family will be living would require some sort of space, for Jub Jub. And GTF2 did say, we would actually be proud to print a dinosaur back to life, especially if you tell us that she's really friendly, we would be willing to do that for you, and I really appreciate that, just to make the machine to print Jub Jub will take a while, will require a lot of resources and time and effort and manpower, so I understand I'm more than capable of waiting, but we're not sure where we'll be living. Like that female agent said, possibly we're looking at maybe live right out in Gagetown or out of Gagetown, because we did agree that I need to work for Forces for space research and science team, right? And I would possibly need access in the future to Gagetown, the lab, in the future. And considering there may be some room in Gagetown or just outside of Gagetown, it would make some sort of sense that I would live in the area. We're not sure. We want to stay safe too, I received some threats, not too long ago. Not that much, but we can't take the risk, we would have to still be somewhat safe, It was discussed, a little earlier. We're looking at options, and Jub Jub won't be printed for a little while. It will take some time, but she will need some room, access to a water source, like that agent said, some sort of pool, for her to drink, So we're looking at all that, Obviously, any scientist or anybody, would like to see a dinosaur, it would be interesting. Just study it as behavior, and period. It would be, inspiring for kids. Imagine a kid looking through a science book in elementary school and seeing an actual picture of a dinosaur. For one, learning about it in school. Learning about my inventions, one day in schools or college or university, will be, a thing. I'm pushing science, it will be taught in schools at some point, or at least history books, down the road, imagine a kid's face, seeing a dinosaur, especially a big fan of Jurassic Park, maybe, down the road, it would make some sort of sense that I would live near a base, period. We're not sure 100%, but it does make sense. We are looking at options, not everything is on the table, it's not everywhere there will be a lot of room for Jub Jub. She is fussy, but not that fussy, she won't take that much space, but enough room for her to walk around, pee and poo and eat and drink water, that female agent said we are still currently looking at making his house design. I told them what my house in heaven, our home in heaven looks like. I would prefer a more rustic look, more like a farm, kind of like house, I said, Jub Jub would need some room, a few acres for sure, just to stretch her legs, but, obviously she is still a predator, would need some leg room, to explore, but, Jub Jub would most likely sniff at the Force's hands or whatever and get pets, she would like to watch, people train, at the base and stuff, and you know, I need to one day go to the base, to see my work, my inventions and stuff, obviously, so that's not yet scheduled, but in future plans, it is in future plans that I visit the base, for sure. I want to see my work, I want to see my inventions, our work, our work, it doesn't have to be right away, I'm patient, but and most of it can be done over the phone, it's not that hard, but yeah, I would love to tinker around the base, and for future, I would like to work right now on not only on Halo but on the artificial art. It's something that we definitely do need to work on. I'm not exactly 100% sure how to do the pump, but obviously, I got the gist of it. It would somehow have to receive the first pulse from the main heart and simply repump it. It would require some form of programming within the pump. Some processor and motherboard. And would need valves and pumps and a pump. It would have to pump. So I don't know how to exactly design it. I would love to, get on an artist, see an artist draw something on the table. So there's that. We're working on a lot of things. Where will my family live? I like I said, I didn't want to discuss money with the forces because I don't want the forces to think that I did this for money. I don't want money right now. I want the team to keep working on stuff. Keep up the good work. Keep don't give up. And stuff. And money will honestly, who needs money when you live on the base and you have food and clothes and if ultimately we do decide on moving, having my family live near the base or on the base, who really needs money when the forces can provide what we need, that would be a better deal for me, if I need something or my kids or my wife needs something, the forces can provide, and the fun part of it is once we, determine or build the machine for Jab or period, once she is printed, we can always print her food, but I did say to the forces, it would make some sort of sense that you would at least, let a cow live to maturity, they're in the milk industry, people don't realize it, but they have to breed the cow so she becomes, develops milk, in her tits, she has to be pregnant to have the hormones to make the milk. So, and odds are, most cases, they actually kill the fetus. And, I understand it, but it's a sad, somewhat cruel fate for, those fetuses, but it is what it is. That's the milk industry, I said there are so many, if you still would, you do, the milk industry, you might as well let some of these cows live to maturity and feed Jub with them, it would give at least a chance to that fetal cow to live a little, to have an experience, it would be a little less cruel in my opinion. Where do you think your milk comes from? A cow has to be pregnant to milk to emit milk, in her tits, therefore they inseminate the cow and usually kill the fetus for veal, or kill the baby for veal, not every cow lives to maturity, that's the reality, the sad reality of it, but that's what it is, that's that's your chocolate milk, your regular milk. That's a sad reality, and it's part of the business, and it is, like I said, it is what it is, people need food, people need subsistence, you can think it's cool or not. It's up to debate. It's up to the person, to decide for himself, what's cool or not, and what to spend his money on. But that way, at least, some cows would live to maturity, and we could, feed Jub Jub with them instead of just printing the food. But we can always, in fact, just print Jub Jub's food, at the base, And that agent just said, she would probably just patrol around and sniff around and stuff, we need a bobcat to pick up her poop, and probably could use her poop as guano or some sort, she eats about every 3 or 4 days, depending on her appetite, and like I said, I discussed, my kids, how they are like, especially my 4 quadruplets. I talked to GTF2 about them. Amber being more scientist prone, she's very smart. Lou, more prone to be a fighter, obviously would be a right fit as a JTF2 shock trooper. I would see him definitely, for in that field. Charlie is more business-wise, would be a right fit for maybe working in the Stellantis group or in any other project. We are thinking possibly in the future of some sort of dinosaur sanctuary or park. We're not sure where, we're not sure how, and again, it's future plans. But Charlie would be a right fit. He is more paleontologist and business-wise, smart business-wise. Mo, is the silent guy of the bunch, but prone to accidents, more of a follower, but, is still a sweetheart, all my kids are sweethearts. Still smart, I'm just not sure where Mo would end up, and I guess it's a little up to him. But I want to keep him close, because he needs our help. He can't talk. His vocal cords were damaged in the birth. There were quadruplets, and he happened to have his throat, surrounded by his umbilical cord in the belly. There were quadruplets, so there was a difficulty. He doesn't talk, and even though I can pre-print him. Most likely I will not be able to heal his vocal cords or fix that. We kind of understand what he means, what he wants, and stuff. His brothers know him, he would need an assist. Mo would need an assist. But I would see him as some sort of mime or comedian, a silent comedian of sort, a silent mime. Because he is accident prone, and we all kind of poor Mo, we kind of always laugh a little, but we mean well. We love him, and he's a good sport about it, but I'm just not sure where Mo would end up. And Peden, she's old enough to make her choices, when we reprint her, But I would love it that she does spend time with the family, but I'm, again, I want my kids to be a family, so I don't plan on letting them too far, only Luke I would see, more capable of handling himself, because he would be a right fit for GTF2, damn right, he is more of a fighter spirit, Luke is my little Jedi. They'll all be a good fit, for the forces, but in each their own field, Luke would just happen to be more capable, ready to handle battle, and stuff, and we may need him in the future. You never know, And so that's about it. I'll end the video. I'll post as soon as possible. So have a good day, people. Thanks for viewing my content and being subscribed or just generally viewing my channel, I understand, I'm starting to get famous, despite my low views.